with the Bernstein Bears, right? Does everybody know about this? The fact that like it's the Berenstain Bears,
I mean,
right?
well, it's not, but sure. Indeed. Happy Thursday.
Yes. It's good to be back on stream. It's good to be back typing.
Hell yeah.
I played Valheim for the first time last night.
So what is that? I've
So
seen it talked about, and I have no idea.
Yeah, Valheim is the it game of the moment. It's basically Minecraft with Vikings. And I'm very late to the Minecraft thing in general. I tried playing it in 2010, and it was on like a MacBook Pro and I was running it. It was like, I guess it's still Java, right? They still have a Java version.
It's still Java, yeah.
Which is amazing to me. But it didn't run very well. It made me sick.
Oh yeah, because first person doesn't always agree with you, huh?
No, it doesn't always agree with me. And then my nephew now is super into it, so like he plays it a lot. Like we actually did his birthday party recently, where we basically did it all in Minecraft. He had some of his friends also playing at the same time, which is really fun.
That's so cute.
It's really cute. Yeah, they really facilitate just like the kind of like gameplay as hanging out kind of thing, which I'm told Fortnite is that way too. It's just kind of like a place to hang.
It's weird that there's like other modes, and I enjoy like the idea that you would go to a concert in Fortnite. I find as extremely cool and also just really hard to imagine.
So Valheim, I mean, the formula is very similar to Minecraft, right? You start off in this kind of survival type mode, and you have to like gather sticks to turn into clubs, and you're like killing wild boars.
Okay.
And you have to make sure you don't freeze. You have to eat wild mushrooms. And I really have only scratched the surface of it, really. But like you can build these like amazing Beowulf lodges, which I think is probably what the big appeal is. You go and like you deforest the entire island that you're on, so you can build these like majestic wooden structures.
That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, was in the Discord? I saw someone post the longboat launch shoot or something.
I posted that one.
That was
actually.
you, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't played the game when I saw that video, but apparently somebody erected this gigantic ramp, and they stuck a boat at the top of it. And I guess there's enough physics simulation that like essentially the ramp was high enough that it could just accelerate and shoot off into the landscape. But then it bounces off the water, like as if it was like made of rubber.
Oh, that's really funny. But also, isn't there there's like a boss system, or there's like...
Yeah, there's a whole like you have to destroy these demigods to gain their power.
Kind of like a Dark Soulsy vibe I saw from that.
I think it's a little soulsy, yeah.
All right, interesting. Is it fun so far?
I'm enjoying it. I like a tighter, more well-defined game experience, and this is like super open sandbox play. Which, gosh, I love in theory. But maybe I like my games a little bit more on rails.
It's fair. Dean's in the chat says, "Hey, what's on tap tonight, gang?" Dean's asking the hard questions.
He's asking the hard questions. I gotta admit to you, now it's like doubly embarrassing for me to say so because Dean's on stream now. But I was thinking about maybe replacing the dog with the tank again.
That is brutal.
You know what? We'll do it off stream. I cannot commit canicide. On stream.
I think we just need player selectable vehicles is what I'm hearing from you.
We need a character select screen. Is that basically what you're saying? Mm-hmm. Choose your character.
Yeah. Yeah, and one is going to be clearly better than the other, which is the dog.
It's true. I guess everybody would. This is like Monopoly, right?
Yeah, the dog is the best in Monopoly
the
too.
Car.
What are
the hat?
The hat's pretty good. I feel like the car is the fancy one.
If you're a child, you always go for the battleship, right? Because it has weapons on it.
Didn't they replace some of these recently? Maybe did they get rid of the thimble because no one knew what a thimble was?
Is it like how nobody knows what a telephone is?
Dean says, I literally tune in to guilt you into leaving the dog in there. It's
I think he sensed it coming, right?
It's true,
they're
true
gonna
dedication.
they're gonna tire of the dog.
I mean, like, I'm always down to make like a dog petting simulator too. We don't have to explore the worlds of modern warfare. Except that the tank gives us we get to do every gameplay system at once.
Nintendogs. So they call them tokens. Oh, look at. You can switch to development view because I've got a great graphic.
Critical.
This is an amazing infographic. So it is the Monopoly player tokens over time.
Wow.
Also labeled with different phases as well. This is highly informative. This is like essentially a 3-dimensional graph, right? On the x-axis we have time. On the y-axis we have the different tokens, and then in terms of colors we have like almost this sort of categorized historical phase.
No, wait a minute. Do the colors mean anything when we've got the time graph in there? That's really weird. What a strange choice, actually.
I think it's to give you. You're right. I guess all of the lines that are of similar length have similar color. Is that?
Yeah. Well, and it's weird. Oh. It's weird that this is also alpha sorted when I in fact would have sorted it by addition to the game date. But that's just me. I'm no Edward Tufte.
Do you have you read the Tufte books?
Only a little bit. I had a designer who really referenced them a lot.
Okay, yeah.
And they're great.
They look really good. I think they might be a little bit content free, ironically, because he talks about having content packed. It's written like an academic book, so like it's very it's the signal to noise, not a great ratio.
Yeah, there's a lot of good reference material in there. Okay, it is. I've played with a rocking horse. So did I play with like a 1942 Monopoly board? Because that's really weird, but cool.
The rocking horse is literally one of the shortest lived things on this graphic here. It's incredible.
Oh wait, was there another horse? Oh, there's a horse and rider. I bet I played with the horse and rider.
Does this not zoom? Did it zoom? Okay, there we go. This is what I wanted.
I bet it was a horse and rider because there's no way.
Okay,
yeah,
fair enough. So I want to make a defense of the colors here, which is to say that the colors indicate whether or not it's been retired, which you can kind of tell by what it does is it tells you what the other end indicates, right? So if you're looking at one end of the bars, color. Instead of like looking at the other end of the bar, you have to look at the bottom of the graph. So you're right. This isn't indefensible.
This would be a better graph without colors.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry.
Okay, Dom, you're right about this infographic. Well, but okay, so evaluating the current pieces, there is a battleship. The boot is gone.
That's too bad. But the cat, I've never seen a cat. I like that.
The cannon is gone. I'm pretty sure I played with the cannon. The cat, I've never seen in my life.
Nope.
The Monopoly cat. Oh, there we go.
Add it to the game.
Monopoly cat, Monopoly dog. I guess the dog owners were really upset.
That cat looks a lot like our Shiba.
What in the Sam hell is this?
That's a sack of money.
Oh. It's like the pot of gold, right?
Mm-hmm. Kind of looks like a baked potato too. Wrapped in aluminum foil.
It looks like one of those stuffed tomatoes that we would get catered to us for lunch at work. Always more ambitious than the outcome. Sack of money from the year 2000 to basically the Great Recession. They're just like, you know what, that was a bad idea.
The game is Monopoly, though.
Yeah. Monopoly is a Depression-era artifact, is it not?
I believe so, yeah.
1937, right? They were just in the throes of that, and just like, let's fantasize about having a shitload of money, shall we? Because it's not going to come true.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Wheelbarrow, out of there. Well, all these new additions, they killed the thimble.
Children don't know what wheelbarrows and thimbles are.
It's true.
We have Uber for that. No,
Do people not use thimbles whatsoever these days?
I think you'd have to sew, which is not a thing that you necessarily do anymore.
So a thimble is basically a tiny piece of armor for your fingertip.
It's finger armor.
Is that right? Okay. Yeah.
Which sometimes you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
A metal finger cut, if you will.
Dean says specifically by hand, too. So if you're doing the needle and thread by hand without a sewing machine, you need a thimble. So that's a lot of conditions.
You only wear a thimble on like one finger, right?
Honestly, the only context I have for this is Peter Pan. Not gonna lie.
How do you use a thimble? I don't know what to think. Yeah, it seems like kind of people use it on one finger.
Yeah. Oh, because you're poking a needle through a fabric.
Through something, and you need a flat surface on the other end.
And you're pushing on it, so you don't want to poke yourself. All right, sure. Good armor.
Yeah.
I like that some of these have holes in them just in case you want to poke yourself still.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of wondered about that, because thimbles do have holes in them, right?
Well, look, man, metal is expensive, and they really had to use as little as possible. So,
which it's very confusing, because I remember the thimble in Monopoly having this texture. I don't think they actually poked holes, because that would be expensive.
I don't know.
But this has holes, right? This is a hole. Oh, but there's a surface underneath.
It's just textured.
So the needle point is not going to go all the way through into your skin.
I wonder if it's supposed to catch the needle in the end.
That must be it.
Yeah.
I think we've
We done cracked the case.
We've cracked the case.
All right.
We've found the needle in the haystack, to use an apropos metaphor.
I'm gonna stop the stream.
Okay.
Start over.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. Hell yeah. Well, I've learned something tonight.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do tonight?
Okay. Yeah. So really quick, what happened to my Monopoly pieces? I just want to go over what the Monopoly pieces currently are. So they are a T-Rex.
Never seen it.
Yeah. A rubber duck.
Sounds cool.
Okay. A penguin. Wait, so it's basically a battleship? These are very strange bedfellows. Not that it was like all that harmonious before, but we have a battleship, a cat, a penguin, a race car, a rubber duck, a Scotty dog, a top hat, and a T-Rex. So basically, they were trying to go all in on animals, but they couldn't get rid of the classics.
Yep.
Is that basically what I'm seeing here?
Yeah, captains of industry, all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. The sack of money, I can't get over it.
That's extremely funny.
Probably people had the same response that I did. It's like, what is this thing?
Why'd you give us a stuffed tomato, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Well, the dog stays for now. Dean Pupney lives to bark another day.
Yeah. We promise. If he ever goes to the farm, it'll be a really nice farm.
Yeah. I kind of want to see if we can reason about. Oh, by the way, I have the Vim plugin installed right now. We're gonna suffer through it because I've been trying to learn my Vim hotkeys and stuff.
Oh no.
Check it out. I can go to the beginning of the line. Oh no, wait, that wasn't it. It's not looking good. All right, check it out. I can go to the beginning of the line.
Ooh.
Now I can go to the end of the line.
Ooh.
This is basically what Vim is all about, right?
That's pretty cool.
I used to use Command left and right, and now I use Shift 6 and Shift 4.
I love it.
It's actually worse. It's actually demonstrably worse for that particular keystroke.
It's worse, but you are a more powerful computer user now.
Yeah. I find that I actually don't know how to use Vim without auto format on save. It kind of saves my ass.
Oh yeah, if you had to do white space changes in Vim, that would.
It'd be hard.
That sounds gnarly.
Yeah.
Totally.
But
agree.
I can do this now. I can go 20 lines forward and 20 lines back.
Oh, I love it.
It's pretty sweet.
That's really sweet.
Yeah. The thing I do like about it is it's like, oh, I want to get rid of everything to the next parentheses, so I can do that. And the problem is it's like, I don't think it's quite as intuitive as Vim users claim.
No, it's
and it
not.
involves a lot of memorization.
Yeah, it's, I've always aspired to be a good Vimmer. It just doesn't seem to be a thing that will happen to me at this point.
Yeah. But I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it an honest try. Honestly, part of it is an ergonomics thing.
Well, I like that you can just add it to this editor additionally. Like, you don't have to use Vim shortcuts, right?
Yeah, you don't have to. I'm using the. I mean, I think I told you this before. I'm using like an older version of the Vim plugin because the new one like had this pretty serious regression.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Cool.
But we're gonna suffer through it tonight, and probably about 20 minutes in, you'll see me disabling it from the extensions tool.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So besides watching me struggle with Vim, I was thinking we could do maybe two things.
Okay.
One is we can study our netplay code just a little bit more so that we have a little bit better understanding of why it behaves the way it does.
Oh yeah, are you in remote dev mode right now?
I am not in remote dev mode, but I can.
Yeah. Sorry, I just realized the microphone was over there. Good thing, Good thing this is a good mic.
Yeah. It is a good mic.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I would at least like to have us both connect to the game from to a server that's not one of our computers and see how we're doing, because I think that'll get better.
Okay, and then we can spend maybe half an hour, 45 on that.
Yeah.
Just to think about it a little bit more. It might help if I get my iPad so we can do a little bit of whiteboarding, because I think the visual aid will help. And then I think the other thing I'd like to do is to add kick. Recoil.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that seems hard.
It seems hard, and it opens up the physicsy can of worms. That is the thing that
it's a really difficult can of worms, because we're going to introduce basically the possibility of multiple things moving the character at the same time.
I'm digging
which raises the question of like, when do you do collision and when do you do all those things? Right?
Cool. Bring on physics. Boy, this might be the time where we redo our collision as well. Our wall collider is just a mess and could just be so
It's
easy.
a hot fucking mess.
It's like the first thing we wrote. It could be so much better.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. We'll see. I think it's always good to. It's always easy to have the bravado after the fact, and then this happens to me at work all the time, where it's like I'm going to rewrite this thing. I don't get why it was done this way. I'm going to rewrite it, and then I get a week into it, I'm like, oh,
yeah, yep. 100%.
I'm not actually any smarter than the person who wrote it before.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Which is just universally true.
It's always a humbling experience, and I sympathize with that one a lot.
Okay, so let us see if I'm gonna jump back and forth, and I'm gonna grab a terminal real quick.
Sweet. Oh yeah, remote dev's over in that way.
Yeah. I'm gonna just try to do this and just see if it still works. I don't really think that anything has changed that would have caused it to break.
No, but Amazon rots as it is.
There's a weird cloud rot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm optimistic.
So,
yeah.
My company, I guess the founders of Slack they were also the founders of Flickr, and they're famous for basically starting video game companies and then spinning out Silicon Valley startups based on some small facet of the video game that they made.
It is the funniest shit in the world that happens to them repeatedly. I love it. Yeah.
Oh, so here's my cloud rot. Did I not? I think I need to do this. Oh, you know what? I have to add the key.
Oh, that's understandable.
Jeff and Dom. Okay, that's added. I actually need to go to AWS now.
Let me know if you want me to cut away from anything that involves a private key.
People will be able to count the number of characters in my 1Password. So, you know what? I'll let you know when I'm ready to cut away.
Okay, yeah.
We can do it very strategically.
My 1Password has 30-ish characters in it. I haven't counted it recently.
Yeah, I should probably change my 1Password.
Yeah, good passwords only. I got the strangest email. I got a password reset OTP from Amazon. Out of the blue, yeah. Which it went to my email, which for one thing seems like not a good pattern.
Oh, check out this CAPTCHA. I can't be a terrorist on this one because it's just letters.
Nope, unfortunately, you have to tell the computer that it's correct.
I saw one that was really clever, which is like illustrations of animals, and then the prompt was like, click the one that's the right side up.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. All right, I'm ready for the quick cutaway.
Oh, great. Okay, and Talking Heads.
All right.
But anyway, yeah, they sent an OTP request to my email when my only 2FA device is a phone, and I was like a little deeply offended at Amazon for doing so.
Did that automatically copy our MFA?
If we have it in there, yeah.
Oh, you know what? It's because I used the wrong password. I have too many Amazon accounts.
That is a truly real problem. I can see your password manager, but not your passwords. It's a good thing Zoom isn't malicious. They would have just everything.
They would have a whole shit ton of they should just do Bitcoin ransoms. That's probably their back end.
Who's to say they're not doing that when the CPU is spiking for Zoom? I would believe it.
Okay, so my tool is a little bit brittle in that like I need to kill instances if the initial thing didn't work correctly because my volume because the actual EBS volume, the hard drive basically, I want that to be persistent, and so there's only one for me. But you get to watch me terminate an EC2 instance. It's the greatest part of game development right here, this AWS console.
Now, what if we made a game that was just AWS console management forever?
Okay, well, let me tell you this in semi-seriously.
Yeah.
I do want to make a kind of like capitalism game of some kind where like the pleasure of it is like watching, it's just like accumulating things. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm just going to accumulate things, which makes it easy for me to accumulate more things.
Yeah, like Papers, Please, but capitalism.
Or just Stardew Valley, right? Like I just want something where you can just like gather a bunch of things that are numeric and kind of look shiny.
That would be super fun, yeah.
Open but there's like a kind of like compulsion loop on that. And that's a lot of games where you like build stuff and watch it kind of prosper. But then also there's a simulation aspect to it where it kind of just grows independent of you.
I like that. Yeah.
It's like when you have like the one zinger of a tweet in your entire social media lifetime where like people start responding to it or liking it, and it kind of just captures your imagination for the day, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a very broad comparison, but something happening because of no effort on your own. That's basically what I'm talking about, right?
But like an accumulation simulator.
Accumulation simulator, that's exactly the right.
Like you press buttons, you get things, and it grows. Yeah, I feel like that needs like maybe a dark twist. Maybe you can get too many things, or you're always sad.
Well, apparently, we were talking about Yakuza 7, and apparently the big side mini game is that you run like a copy shop or something like that,
really,
or some kind of business where you hire people, and you start out. I think there's like a dark arc to it.
Good, as there should be.
As there should be, yes. Okay, so let's make sure that our volumes are free now.
Sweet.
Okay, my EBS volumes are free.
Excellent.
There is an EBS volume here sitting here waiting for you, by the way.
Nice. Okay. So I need to claim it, is what you're saying?
I don't know. Oh wait, am I wrong about that? I thought I created one for you.
I thought you did too.
I thought I did.
Wow,
there's one created December 15th here. I think it should be tagged, but it's not showing me the tags. All right. This is more of an AWS simulator thing.
Pop them all on there.
Yes, there it is.
Woo.
Dom, Jeff, aptly named. Okay. So we're going to try this one more time, and if it fails, then...
then we'll, I would say if this fails, maybe we move on from measuring netcode today, because this was kind of critical to the experiment, right?
I thought maybe we could just reason about it by looking at the code as well.
Yeah. That's a good fallback.
Okay. It's having a hard time fetching my IAM username.
Hey.
Okay. This step usually takes a long time.
Excellent.
It's waiting for the instance to actually boot up and then get connected to the whatever kind of Borg style matrix that EC2 instances sit in networking wise.
It's just, yeah, it's Jeff Bezos.
This complicated soup of data centers and yeah.
The Jeff Bezos living room.
Yes.
That's funny. Okay, cool.
Homeboy is retiring. What do you think he's going to do?
I don't know. Eat babies?
Yeah.
Launch rockets? The thing that rich people seem to fucking do now?
Did my other instance of Manchester still running? Oh, it's running in VS Code. God damn you.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he has a rocket company already, so I mean, yeah.
Okay. Sweet. So, now that that's available, I can connect to it.
Oh, right, I forgot we had it on the box too. Delightful.
Don't save. It might not be running my VS Code thing, so we'll see what happens.
All right.
And that's actually good, right? It'll spare us from.
Wait, where's the folder? Home Ubuntu data? Data.
Oh yes, data. Manchester.
Nice.
Okay. It's been a little while. Sorry.
No, it's good. I'm still glad it's here. Excellent. And you probably need to pull on this, yeah. I was like, wow, I forgot everything but new instance.
Oh, I probably want to run yarn again.
Ah, yeah, new instance. Oh, well, I guess the volume is static, which is nice.
Yeah, I just think that the package.json probably changed, but it didn't look like it pulled anything down, so maybe it's fine.
Great. We've been dependency light, which I really do love.
I like it too, although if we take a look at the yarn.lock, it's probably intimidating long. And a lot of this is React, right?
It's Babel. Yeah, I trust our package.json a little more than this because there's a lot of transpilation.
Okay. Yeah.
Because, yeah, yarn lock, there's still 1,000 packages we're using.
Okay. So if I were to visit this, not localhost, this port 3000.
Boom. Now, is it proxying port 3000? Does it need the port, I guess? Or are we just telling it that 3000 is what it serves?
I think the server it does serve on 3000. Okay, so this raises the question of whether or not my launch template has exposed port 3000.
Yes. I noticed that there was also, it looked like it was complaining about the local instance being taken by 3000.
Oh, yes. This thing that you're seeing is that basically it'll set up SSH port forwarding from local 3000 to the remote 3000 so that you can connect to your localhost 3000 and basically be talking to the remote server.
Yep.
However, that's not what we want to go for right now, I think. We basically want this. But if we can't reach it, that means that the security group, and let's just take a look at what I did here.
I'm glad one of us is good at AWS.
You know, I exposed 3000.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know that that's not going to work, but port 3000 should be good to go.
That should work. Does it maybe want to be on HTTPS? Is it doing sort of secure by default on its own hostname for reasons?
That's a good question. Well, we'll see.
Nope.
Well, no, there's no TLS terminator here.
Ah, great. Yeah,
yes.
Fair.
There's no terminator. Let me make sure that I'm getting the right. I mean, I should be getting the right host name because I was able to SSH into it, right? What if I just took the public IP? What if I did that?
Now we're going big. Oh shit, that worked?
It didn't work. It's saying it's refusing to connect. Well, it's spinning.
Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't reject it yet either.
Yeah. Very suspect, isn't it?
It's a little sus, as the children say. You want to toss? Do you want to toss that? Well, I guess if we toss the instance, I might not actually want that URL in my Slack yet.
Yeah. Let me check out the. Let me check the. How do I add the host name? Gosh, look at all this.
Holy
Look
shit.
at all of this.
Well, at least there is a search box.
Attribute column host. Well, they have host ID. I don't know what that is.
Huh. Neither do they.
You kill me, Amazon. You kill me.
Well, dang.
I feel like everything I did should have worked.
I agree. Though it does say instance terminated. Is that a problem?
Ooh. What? Oh, you know what? I was looking at the wrong instance.
Okay.
Here we go.
But still, you probably didn't just copy the wrong host name.
It is taking a bit longer than usual to fetch my data. This is weird. Okay, so this is not terminated.
Okay, so just hit, if we can just hit open, if we hit open address at the top of this, do we get the same thing? That looks like the same thing to me.
Ah, this is a different IP.
Oh.
But it's not working.
Well, if it's a different IP, maybe it's a different public host name. Oops, I just moved the stream because I do not control your window.
I am typing the port incorrectly, right? It is the colon after
That's how you
the
do
top
it.
level domain.
That's correct.
It's saying it's refusing. So
Damn.
it must be a security group thing. I think potentially the launch template is not, well, I only have those two security groups. It's not like it's using a security group that's like non-existent. And I was able to SSH in, right?
I'm all right. I think this is weird. Do you own Jeff.zone? Or was that someone else's website that we were looking at?
I own jefflee.site.
That's
What's
pretty good.
jeff.zone?
I don't know. Your computer just auto-completed it. Oh yeah, this guy. We have seen this guy. We've looked at.
Oh, yes.
We've been to the Jeff zone before.
Okay. I'm glad. Yeah, I think I own jefflee.site.
Wow, as if by maybe they're watching our stream, but CG Trader just emailed me asking me to rate the Shiba. I will.
Oh, okay. Did they ever get back to you about giving you a Blender version of that one thing?
They absolutely did not.
Yeah. I think there was some suspicion as to, or some question as to whether or not that form actually did anything, right?
I certainly was not convinced. Oh, and they want me to rate that. Wow, rude. It's a good dog, Brent. Okay.
Okay. All right. So we might not be able to do anything real with this. I'll take a look at this after off stream.
Yep, that sounds good. Yeah,
This did work at some point.
it totally and it worked on my machine too. It was like a one command. It worked really well. So I don't think you're like. I don't think you're crazy.
Yeah. The reason why I mentioned, this was the.
That's what we were using.
That's what we were using.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
I had mentioned the Slack co-founders, right? Because they like Slack was essentially like the chat program that they use to talk internally to run deploys and stuff for their game.
Yeah.
If we need a fallback, if the game turns out horribly, we can just like make this tool here.
Seems fine. Yeah. Well,
Yeah. People don't want to use their own computers. You know, you could just have a Chromebook or whatever.
Oh
Just
man.
have a
Chromebooks
regular
are
old
pretty
MacBook.
great these days. Yeah.
Yeah.
My regular old MacBook is also pretty great though.
Yeah. Okay.
I installed and played a little bit of Loop. What was it? Loop Hero. I was playing some Loop Hero before this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
It's great. It's a very interesting. It's got like a Haiti. I don't know. It's a roguelite, but like it's a roguelite RPG that kind of plays itself, an idle roguelite.
Okay, so it's a little bit like Progress Quest.
Sort of, except you.
I've heard auto battle is in there.
Yeah, it's like you auto battle, and at the same time you you get equipment from everything, and you can sort of pause whenever you want to equip stuff. You get cards from things that you put down on the ground to like make the terrain that you're walking across.
Okay.
So it's like all the parts of the game except the combat, which is really cool. It's got some good stuff going on, and
Nice.
a killer aesthetic. Anyway, I was gonna say,
Yeah, it looks good.
runs great on the M1, and weirdly, I had to go into the Steam directory and tell it to run in Rosetta before it would stop crashing.
Okay.
Yeah. I would recommend it. It was I had 12 bucks of fun for sure, and I want to play more of it. So, but I really like roguelikes, and you don't always really like roguelikes.
I think Hades is like the exception that proves the rule for me. Like it has to be that good.
I think
right?
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Am I using that expression correctly? Exception that proves the rule.
Yes, because it's the thing that is so outstanding in its field that
It violates the rule,
yeah.
but then it demonstrates how consistent the rule is. Because unless you're that outstanding, then the rule doesn't apply. That's kind of how I use it, and
That's how I would use that phrase. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I know. I think you're on the money.
good. That makes me happy.
Let's fit all the idioms we can into this.
Oh. All right.
All right, bringing it back.
The server connection gets established when a WebSocket gets opened, and basically anytime it receives anything.
Oh, ESK. Okay. Wasn't the use of prove in that phrase actually originally in its sense as to test?
To test.
Like the exception that proves the rule is the exception that tests the rule. Wow.
Okay. So ESK, what's an example of its usage? Because this is a complicated one, this particular idiom.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure we're using it incorrectly. Just that, for some reason, it means what it means, but we sort of like fridge logicked what we think it means because that word no longer means what it originally meant.
What word no longer means?
Prove. Like prove is not the common usage of that. I mean,
Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
It tests the rule.
It tests the rule.
You need to prove yourself
huh?
in the arena of combat. Yeah. Right. Something like that.
Yeah, this is some 1850s idioms, I think.
Oh, see that actually
It makes more sense.
it makes more sense.
Huh.
Yes. Is proving not like a kind of like handcraft term as well? Like you have to proof bread, right?
But yeah,
dough.
I also have to prove mathematical proofs, which I feel like is more in
Right.
line with this. Yeah, I don't know why we proof bread because it's not testing; it's just waiting.
It is interesting
Bread.
how like if you actually get right down to it, the word prove is actually a confusing word.
Uh-huh.
You know what the other word that is confusing is temper.
Temper. You know what? I bet proving in bread proves that the yeast works. I bet that's the whole fucking point of that word. Sorry.
Oh.
Tell me more about temper.
So, if you say someone has quite a temper, what do you mean by about that person?
Ooh, it means that they're reactive. They get angry really fast.
They anger easily, or
Yeah.
they, but temper is actually the quality of not getting angry, right?
That's right. No, it's exactly the opposite. Oh, that's
Yeah,
man. Our language accumulated some cruft.
it's a little weird.
Should start over with Esperanto someday. I'm sorry.
I
Is that
would love
too
to meet
controversial
somebody
to
who's
me?
like super into Esperanto. That'd be
Oh, man.
hilarious.
Someone I went to college with was super into Esperanto and learned how to speak it.
I think it's actually nerdier to speak Esperanto
Then
than
Klingon.
it is to speak Klingon
Absolutely.
or the what is it, Navi, what is it, the James Cameron, is it Avatar?
Is that a language? Did they make those assholes? That's,
Yeah, there's a whole fucking language.
That's
he
so
was like he
pretentious.
hired some dude from USC to like design a language for
I thought you were going to say Valar or Elven from Tolkien. But Navi
Yeah.
Navi is even But yeah, doing Esperanto is somehow the peak nerdy language to learn. I'm with you.
Yeah. Navi is kind of like the I was about to compare it to like the Church of Latter-day Saints, but I don't want to actually make fun of Mormons. They're good people. But basically like the newer a religion is, it feels like the less justified it is. Do you know what I mean? Like just because it doesn't have the weight of tradition to justify its existence in this modern era of science, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh gosh. SK says, but it would all be with the kind of people who learn Lojban as per XKCD. Who I am not familiar with Lojban. Is this even further?
Lojban,
Logban. Lojban. Which I think is logical banter?
Lojban,
Huh?
logical language group, created in 1987, a logically engineered language for various uses. Sure.
Take us to the grammar. I would like to see some Lojban.
Yeah, I actually want to see the proper.
Or is it Lojban? It's already hard to pronounce, so is it logical?
The Lord's Player in Lojban. I'm listening to it.
I'm sad I don't have your audio.
It sounds vaguely Hebrew-y. Has a lot of sh sounds.
Interesting. I wonder if it's picking phonemes that are hard to confuse.
Yes.
Like nothing with a sort of
a lot of sibilants.
Yeah, no homophonic
sibilants. I'm just testing the mic out right now.
sibilants. Interesting. And I'm sure it has an extremely logical grammar, which sounds super annoying.
Well, ESK, I've learned about a new language today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and it's probably really easy to type. I didn't see any circumflexes or umlauts.
Nope.
Or umlauts are the double dots, right?
Umlauts are the double dots, correct.
Okay. Yes.
Wow. I have a lot of questions.
I do too. Okay, so is it okay to learn like Tolkien Elvish? Is that like okay to do? Because that was like at the time pretty freaking nerdy, right?
I think it is exactly as okay as learning Klingon, which is super okay.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. As someone who would actively learn Klingon, if I like had the extra time and brain cells, like yeah, whatever, that's fine.
I feel like with Klingon though, there's like a sense of humor to it as well. Like it's kind of funny, like you're laughing at yourself, but you're still really serious about it at the same time. You know, you can occupy that weird intermediate space.
That's fair.
Right?
That's fair. Though you haven't truly appreciated Shakespeare until you've heard it in the original Klingon, as they say.
Yeah.
Which actually is very funny, right?
Right. Well, there was that line in which was it Inglorious Bastards that was like, you know, revenge is a dish best served cold, and it was like ancient Klingon proverb because Christopher Plummer says it in Star Trek 6. I think.
Oh, that's really funny.
Yeah. My game is dead.
Your game is dead.
It's dead. I killed it.
Oh well, nothing is running. That seems very, very reasonable.
It's fair. Yeah, the game is back alive. Okay.
Good to see the pup in there. All right.
Server WebSocket accumulates a bunch of messages through this and pushes it into a linear array.
So already I have thoughts.
Okay. Yes.
Which is, I mean, this is sort of what we were trying to get at last time, and sort of backed away from it. But the notion that we are not redelivering messages as fast as possible, and I don't think we corrected for that yet.
No.
Yeah.
And the reason why is that we needed to distinguish between messages that, because not all the clients might be connected at this point in time, right? We didn't know what the client connections were like, and so we didn't have that state to rely on here. Okay, so the server then accumulates those messages at the top of every frame, pulls everything out of that, right? This is line 112, basically, right? It didn't do what I wanted. Still learning my VI. Still learning the hotkeys. I got it eventually, though. See, I can highlight all these things. Look at this. I'm a god.
Whew.
Just using my two fingers. So we iterate over all of them, and then I kind of want to see what we do with these, right? Do we clear it out? At some point, we say, hey, we don't care about those messages anymore, right? Oh, consume probably just consumes them, right? It probably does what it says.
Message, client message.
Yes, consume basically says, here's what I got. I'm going to reset it internally, and then I'm going to just send it back to you.
Yep. Cool.
Okay. All right. So on the server side, the important thing.
Oh, and sorry. Does every client send back a frame end message? Are we doing that?
We are.
We are. Okay.
And this basically says, I am not going to send you any more. I'm done processing my frame.
That's right. Yeah.
Because there may be any number of messages prior to that, which is like input and that sort of thing. However, I do wonder, based on the model that we've kind of been coming up with, can the client get away with just sending one message per frame as soon as it knows about its input?
I like that. Yeah, that's also what I was thinking, which is, yeah, if we are not sending multiple per frame, because it really is mouse position, keyboard, yeah, direction and dash, and shooting.
Right.
That all feels like we could encapsulate it into a single envelope per frame, which sounds great.
Right, because essentially what we're trying to get at here is that the derived state on any given client is unreliable. What I mean by that is like the client might not know the authoritative inputs of its history, and so it has some fake version of the world state or some predicted version of the world state. Let's not make value judgments here. It's just predicted. Let's not make value judgments on Jeff and Dom Make a Game.
Well, that's all.
Isn't that what basically the subtitle of our stream is, like Jeff and Dom Make a Game, hot takes. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah. Bad but very hot takes.
My friend, we could be making so much worse takes.
It's true.
It could be so much worse.
And even worse than that. Not only are our takes hot, smelly, and bad, they're also being like archived to YouTube
forever,
dutifully. Like we spend hours after every stream, like preparing an archive video for this.
Sure do.
Yeah.
Amazing.
For our 20 or so YouTube subscribers.
Fuck yeah, we do.
Should we be doing the whole subscription shout out at the beginning of the stream and the end of the stream? It's like, hey, make sure to...
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, we could put a little...
Tell your friends.
We could put a stinger on the videos. That actually would not be maybe a terrible idea if we wanted more subscriptions.
Is that like a little pre-record thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
I would do that.
That's cool. It would be really, really highly produced, right?
Oh yeah. We would need to get Steven Spielberg and do it in Navi, obviously.
Yeah. Well, maybe Abrams. I think Spielberg is a little bit outside of our...
Too many lens flares.
Okay. Too many, you think? Oh, all right, fine.
Far too many.
Okay.
Well, we can compromise on Christopher Nolan. I think that'll be fine.
Our favorite.
Our favorite.
Yeah. Because we need a convoluted stinger.
Yeah.
Should you subscribe, actually? I don't know.
The game is done. You just don't know it yet.
You just don't know it yet. Exactly. So where I was going with that is that the reason why we would have multiple types of client messages per frame from a client is if somehow after gathering the input, we would calculate some new event based on the input and the client's predicted state and send some message to the server as a result. But because that predicted state is unreliable, like the server shouldn't care, right?
Yeah.
The server really only cares about the information that it doesn't have access to, which is really just the inputs, right?
I think that sounds right, and that's going to make a lot of this processing a lot easier, I think.
So really, there's only one kind of client message, which allows us to maybe get rid of the enum entirely, right? I'm not saying we should do this now, but like I think this is an interesting idea.
Yeah.
And therefore, we don't have to have like a frame end. Yeah.
Well, I wonder if this will help eliminate sort of the notion that we have to hand frame messages back and forth as well, versus, or that we have to send every frame's messages together instead of sending them like per client as fast as we can. I bet this will
Right.
help a lot.
Sure. And it'll also make things faster, right? Because basically, I think the server's not distributing these until the client that sent them has. Well, no, the server's, because of your change last time, the server's sending them as soon as it gets them, right? But basically, each client is
Did I fix
maybe
that?
waiting.
Is that what I got in here? Look at my diff.
Yeah, you added these lines right here. This masterpiece here.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, but we'll get there. So there's a frame end, and basically this is how the server knows which frame each client is on. And if the frame of the message is less than the server's current frame, then we're just going to skip it. We're just like, you know what, you missed the boat.
Yep.
Right? Didn't happen. Oh, then we have this very complex data structure here, which is essentially the client frames that we've received, but organized and collated by their relative frames into the future. So the 0th element of this array is itself an array of all the client messages from all the clients that we've received for the current frame.
Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah.
The next element in that array is all of the messages that we've received for the next frame that we haven't simulated yet, but that the clients have sent us, and so on and so forth, right? And then really what we care about for this particular simulation frame is the 0th element of this, the first element, right?
Right. At some point, we're doing a pop, maybe in the simulate and not here instead. Yeah.
Yeah, if we kind of. So this is all just kind of like the handling network messages piece, which could very well be just factored out into a different function right here. And then if we're actually running, okay, this is important actually, which is to say we go through all of the list of clients, and if they haven't reached the frame that we're trying to simulate right now, the server will do nothing. This is actually a change from the original implementation, because before we would just let a client get behind infinitely.
That's right. Yeah.
And that was bad. What did we call that again?
Net pause? Or the old version? Overdrive?
This is net pause.
Yeah. We had overdrive.
We had overdrive. That was very complicated.
Yeah.
We called it... we got to a point where... basically, all of you would predict just the tiny window of prediction that you had, and then the server would tell you that none of it happened, and so you couldn't move. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was rough.
So that was rough. So the innovation around this, which came from us studying fighting games, is that the server is just going to say, no, well, we have to get everything from everybody. It's just got to happen. So if we didn't get everything from everybody, we're just going to sit here and wait. So I think I want to actually distinguish between server net pause and client net pause. This is the server version of it. Basically, the server refusing to do anything because it doesn't have all the client's input for this particular frame.
Yep.
And that's not the net pause that the client will experience directly, but it is the indirect cause of that. Okay, so if we're not doing the simulation, we're just early out. But then if we are actually doing the simulation, here's your shift, right? This right here.
There we go. Yeah, perfect.
I did that in 3 keystrokes. Didn't touch the mouse at all.
Oh, I'm impressed.
I'm just gonna be boast. This is just me gonna be boasting about my extremely poor Vim skills.
This is how every Vim developer starts, man.
Exactly. No, but this is what using Vim is all about, right? Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I think it's like 50% showing off and 50%
It's
and 50% I don't want to use a mouse.
50% plus 0.01, whatever the majority is, right?
Showing off, absolutely.
50% plus 1, bragging rights.
Yeah.
Right. I'm so productive. They love that word.
Oh,
Okay,
they
so
actually really
productive.
do. That part is funny.
I'm just so productive with my Vim. I'm hoping that it'll be easier on my wrists. Right. My wrists are my.
I think the ergonomics are actually pretty nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I have this cool thing on my caps lock key. Which do you remap caps lock at all?
I just turn it off.
Oh, okay.
Which I think for Vim users, like maybe you make it do something else.
So people have different things. What I do is I have carabiner, and so if I tap caps lock, it's escape, and if I hold it down, it's control.
Whoa.
So I can use it for hotkeys and stuff.
That's fancy.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, and y'all Vim people got some good ideas in there. I like.
Okay, but it's not just Vim though. I have that set in the whole OS. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Okay, so the server simulates here with that frame of information, and then it says
Then we send the frame update. Yeah.
this is what actually happened. This is basically the
Correct.
server saying that. In principle, I actually think that this can happen. We can actually have this happen before we simulate,
Oh,
right? Because we know
that's a good point.
know basically as soon as we do this, line 218, we can send the messages to the client.
I mean, we sure don't like modify them at all.
No, we don't, right?
this
There's no
process.
reason to wait. So, I mean, the server's fast, right? The server will do this.
You're gonna buy a millisecond, but like,
You're going to buy a millisecond. Yeah.
Milliseconds are real.
I would buy a millisecond.
Yeah.
Like, look at it. Or half a millisecond, rather. Right? That's what it's telling me.
did you buy a guitar?
Oh, are my notifications coming through?
They are actually.
That's cool. No, I didn't buy a guitar. I bought guitar wall hangers.
That's good. Yeah.
Because I'm trying to get back into music again.
Nice.
But it's actually inspired by the game because, like, if we start to do soundtrack, we're probably going to end up getting a real musician to do the soundtrack. But
let's
I
get,
would be
let's
remiss
get fake musicians first, like us.
Yeah, I want to give it. I'm inspired by the Stardew Valley guy who basically insisted on doing every single thing in that game himself.
That guy
And
is
he
a
also
powerhouse.
learned how to do all that stuff
Oh
himself.
man, that's rad. Yeah.
Right? He's got like a before and after of like the original portraits of the characters, and they're really kind of janky hand drawn
Oh, that's
stuff.
really cool. Yeah.
And it evolves over time. Yeah.
I want to be him, not Jonathan Blow. He's the guy I would be totally happy ending up as.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Also, he has like $25 million now.
Well, that's another reason to end up like him, right?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, you want to be that guy plus the money bags from
Monopoly.
2000 to 2007 Monopoly. Exactly. So I think the server is actually relatively easy to understand, right? That's
Yep.
basically, it's like, I'm going to receive a bunch of shit from the clients. I'm going to relay that to the clients immediately as a prediction hint. I think, what do we call them? Uncommitted client messages?
Uncommitted messages, I think, was the, yeah.
Yes. They are, another way to, I think, theoretically explain it is a hint about prediction, right? A suggestion of what to predict.
Yep.
So the server does that, but then what it does is it just waits to receive. It assumes that the clients are simulating ahead of it. Waits to receive all the messages from each client, and then simulates that frame. Okay. So that we have in our heads.
Yep.
Sorry if I'm being a little bit obtuse about this, but I just want to be like.
No, that's
we're
good
trying to-
because every time we do it, we have to reload this. As I say, do you want to move that server code above the simulation while we're looking at it? Because it's totally correct to do.
when you say above, you
move-
just want to do it right now because we've got it on our minds.
Just do it, and yeah, we know it's right.
Just do it, man.
Just do it.
Yeah. All right. So you're gonna watch me struggle.
Ooh, all right. The Vim is happening. I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
All right. That happened.
Whew. Well, look at you.
All right. I successfully copied and pasted without using Command C and Command V.
I love that you have to have new shortcuts. For the shortcuts, you totally.
You
already
can
have.
still use the other shortcuts because the
I know.
command. Luckily on Mac, the Command key is like totally non-Unix, and so it's actually fantastic. It's like this OS level thing that you can do all these things with.
I think that is actually very smart. It was a smart idea when they did it originally. They were like, we're going to add our own key. But I know they weren't thinking about Unix at that point, or
No, I
Windows
think
or
they
anything
just-
else. Yeah.
They also had open apple and closed apple, which was not a good.
Now that was not a good idea. I agree.
Yeah,
So maybe they were just cocky. I take it back.
you take it back. There were morons. The whole lot of them.
No, I say cocky. They were just cocky.
They're just cocky.
Yeah.
They were cocky. This is interesting. The telemetry is going to be a little bit wrong, but I think that's fine.
I can accept that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's going to be one frame off, but whatever.
Yeah, that seems okay.
Wait. This is the simulation frame.
Do we need to?
Is this off by 1?
It is now. Yeah. You want to just +1?
Oh no! Wait. It was above the increment. It was above the increment.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah. I think but it was also above the duration sampling. So so the durations are going to be a little bit weird, but that's fine.
That's okay.
It's totally fine. Not fussed. Okay. That's our server.
Love it.
Okay. Okay. The client is a hot mess.
But
Because it's got to do prediction, it's got to do resim.
It's our
things.
hot mess, yeah.
It's our hot mess. Okay, the tick is here. The very fact that we have an update and a tick is massively confusing, right?
Yeah.
But I think we had that because we wanted to be able to run the tick twice during the same animation frame, right?
That's correct. Yeah, that was our original overdrive solution.
That was overdrive. We still might need it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good idea.
Actually, I think what we might need is the opposite of this, which is that we may need to be able to render smoothly while dropping a simulation frame.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. How do we do that?
I feel like the concept that we're missing is actually catch up, where it's like when you get too far behind, the server needs to like periodically send a larger message that is like more stateful. That is
known as desync. Like you basically are desynchronized from the server state.
And we resync you. I think that's probably what needs to happen. Period.
Potentially. I know the fighting games will just crash the game if it's or just end the match basically if there's desync.
Yeah, fair enough.
But we could do it. I think we were just worried about how to serialize state, right? But I think we should think about it because you have to, at the very least, we want, and this could just be like a product decision, a design decision. Sorry, work was only 3 hours ago.
Are we making a game or are we making a chat app? Let's do this.
Yeah, we're gonna make a chat app. It could be a design decision that you want clients to be able to join while a game is actually going on, which actually doesn't seem too unreasonable in this style of game.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Did original Bolo have that? I felt like you could. If a game was going on, like could you just join in the middle of it?
I'm not sure, but I think that's sort of, it feels for sort of a simulation like this, it feels more table stakesy than for a fighting game. Like you can't join a match of Smash Brothers or Street Fighter mid-match, but you can join a game of Fortnite.
I see what you mean. Yeah. I think the auto format from last time, either the rules are different or something's fun.
It could be me.
I was not you, Dom. The auto format.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no personal accusations on Jeff and Dom making a game.
I mean, this is why we make robots.
There's just takes. There's personal accusations towards people who aren't us because they're bad people.
Oof. Ouch. Them's fighting words.
But not towards you.
No.
You shouldn't worry about it.
Not towards me at all. No.
Yeah.
I am unconcerned.
So there's a tick. We pull all of the messages that we've received from the server, which both include the prediction hints and the authoritative server state for a particular frame. Right. And we're going to use prediction hints just for prediction, and we're going to clear that out and then use the authoritative server frame to actually do the formal simulation of a frame.
That's correct.
But it usually will be probably wall clock time, potentially 10 frames. So it's 160 milliseconds after we actually received that message from the server, right? Okay. So let's see. We're running the game. Okay, now here's where we actually process the messages that we received from the server. Okay. So if it is an authoritative frame, we push that into our array of authoritative frames. We sort it so that they're in order. There should only be one per frame, right?
That's right.
And the way that the server is architected and the fact that we're using TCP right now guarantees that if you've gotten message n, then you must have gotten message n minus 1, right?
Yep.
I don't think that matters, though. That probably doesn't matter in our case.
Yeah.
We added a new, and I'll show you why in a second.
Okay.
This is when we get to net pause on the client side. So we added this new thing last time, which is this remote client message, which is actually the prediction hint that I was talking about. This goes into not the server frame updates, but the uncommitted message history. Okay.
Committed message history. Yep.
So this is the complicated one. I don't know why I didn't just. Do we use this for? Oh, I see. We actually have a flag waiting for server because we draw it, right? We draw it down here.
Yeah.
So we are waiting for server if on this frame the server frame updates is empty, and the simulation frame. So the frame that we are currently the simulation frame is like the committed frame. This is like the frame that we've gotten authoritative server data on. Right. So this word here, simulation frame, means the same thing as it does on the client and the server. It's like whatever the server has gotten to, right?
Yeah.
If that... Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's the exact opposite of what I'm saying, because committed frame is what the server is on.
Committed frame. Oh, this is only if we've fallen behind the server. But how does that...
No, it's not if we've fallen behind the server. It's if we're too far ahead of the server.
For too far. Oh, okay. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. If we've simulated, maybe we should call this like prediction frame or something like that. That's probably going to be a little bit easier for us to reason about, right? Well, I guess it's basically what we're simulating at right now. And the simulation could be authoritative, or it could be resim, or it could be prediction, right? It could be any of those three things. I think this .simulation frame is guaranteed to be ahead of this .committed frame.
Yeah.
And it's guaranteed because we're guaranteeing it right here. Well, we guaranteed it in the server, right? Because the server, as you recall, refuses to move ahead of any client. Right? So this is what is responsible for client-side net pause. Okay.
And this is right. We were tuning this number and the other number, which is max frames ahead of server. It's weird that those ended up as two different things. Maybe it's weird.
Should we make those two the same constants? Should we also move them to the right places?
I guess we weren't convinced that they should be the same constants, which I think was one of our problems.
At the very least, we could put them in the same place.
I think the other one should be in here, yeah, so we can see it.
And that one is on. Is it server main?
It is, yes.
Client buffer size.
Client buffer size.
Okay. What are we calling it?
I mean,
what does it even do right now?
It is how.
It's currently 15, right?
Yeah. It's how many frames we let the server get ahead of the client.
The server can't get ahead of the client.
Oh, sorry.
Right? Does this do anything? Min frames behind client.
How far we like get behind the client. But it's how long we wait until we stop sending updates to the client so the client starts snap pausing. Interesting.
And then min frames behind client. Is it being used for anything at all? It doesn't look like it.
Wait, actually, it must be. Really?
Oh, it's...
Oh, config, well. Oh.
It's not being used.
Well, if that's the case,
that simplifies things,
let's just,
right?
yeah. Now we are solving problems.
Exactly. I like how our config is exactly one value now. You know what? I'm into it.
Yep. There will be more. We know there will be more.
Is this going to tell me that it's not... Okay. How do I go... I don't really know how to search for things yet. Okay, so now this can be safely deleted, right? I feel better. That feels good.
Yeah. I wonder how long it's been.
Why
like
is this
that.
having a hard time? Parse error, parse options project has been set for Tyson. Why
What?
are they trying to lint this file in the first place?
That's weird. How did this one even come up?
Because it was open.
Oh,
I'll just close it.
yeah,
I'll fix it later.
that's
Yeah.
strange that Linter even found that.
Well, happily, we've made ourselves less confused.
Great.
Because that didn't mean anything, which actually makes me feel better. Because I think that before... Oh, client buffer size was basically when we allowed the server to run ahead of clients.
Have the server. Right. And that's just, yeah, that's gone. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The server
Oh, right,
will
because
refuse...
we had catch up going on. Yeah.
Yeah, because basically the server would say, like, okay, if you're 20 frames behind, I'm just going to, like, drop your messages.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to wait for you anymore. That's going to come back. That constant will come back, but it'll come back in the form of how long is the server going to wait for a client to respond before it drops them completely and terminates the game, basically. It's like, you know what? We're desynced. So it'll be some kind of desync timer,
Yep.
right? And either the client will send a message saying, hey, I'm actually here, but I'm way too far behind. Can we synchronize somehow? Or the server will just say, you know what, this game is over. You know what's not a bad thing to do? The way that client-side net pause appears is that the game freezes, right? And you get some waiting for server indicator.
Yeah.
Remember Warcraft? Where it would just, like, the screen would turn gray?
Did it do that? Oh, it's been a while.
What did StarCraft do? If there's a lot of lag. Was there, like, a waiting for player kind of thing? Connection bad?
I kind of thought you got punished for that. But now you're making me question reality.
Is this like a Bernstein Bears thing? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I think the actual thing with the Bernstein Bears, right? Does everybody know about this? The fact that, like, it's the Berenstain Bears,
I mean,
right?
well, it's not, but sure.
Did they change the spelling of the Berenstain Bears? You know what I actually think it is? Is that I don't think people knew at all what the spelling was.
What a Berenstain is, yeah.
Yeah. They just, whatever, it's the Bernstein Bears, right? When you look at this, you don't see an E or an A there, right? It's the Bernstein Bears.
Why did we all pronounce it wrong, though? That's what I want to know.
Is that the way? Is there a pronunciation?
Well, it's Berenstein versus Berenstain.
I need the IPA here. How is Berenstain pronounced? That's what I'm talking about.
By the way, there isn't. There was an entire X-Files episode about this recently, which I thought was really great.
X-Files.
Yeah.
Wait, is that show still going on?
They made some new seasons, and one of
remember this now.
Yeah, one of the new season's episodes was about how the Berenstein Bears was actually a conspiracy,
Oh, that's
which
fantastic.
it's really great. It was kind of perfect, actually. Yeah.
Premiered on January 3 and concluded on March 21. That
Yep.
was a short run.
10 episodes. I mean, let's be real. Everyone in that show is fucking old. Like, really old.
Were both Mulder and Scully in it?
Yeah, and they're old.
Okay.
It's like heartbreaking in a strange way because, like, they're much older than you remember them. Time progresses.
Yeah, Gillian Anderson is now like a believable Margaret Thatcher, right?
Yeah. Well, and, like, Mulder becomes kind of I was gonna say becomes a conspiracy theorist. He kind of becomes, like, a right-wing conspiracy theorist. Like, he hangs out with, like, a sort of Rush Limbaugh talk radio figure, and it's, like, not a great look.
Like an Alex Jones kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, more Jonesy. Yeah.
Yeah, because they conceived of this prior to the election of Trump.
They sure
right?
did. It's really clear that they did.
Yeah.
And it does not.
It's so funny how much you can see politics in, because I think we're sensitized to it partly, but you can see politics in TV shows from that the era that they come from.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it sadly had a very bad turn.
Yeah.
Or it was like real to life, right? Like they predicted the correct conspiracy.
It's true. It's true.
All right, client sim.
We've been talking about this for way too long, but you know what? We're going to keep going.
I'm the derailer.
No.
You know, Berenstein Bears are the derailer.
Yeah, I believe I'm firmly the derailer of the two of us tonight, and in general.
Fair enough.
Which is fine. We have a dog in the game. That's how derailed we are right now. we're just generally derailed.
The dog is on track.
Yes, you're right. Actually, the dog is the happy serendipity of everything, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. It's not derailed. It is like us finding the rails finally. Okay, so this is a very confusing incantation, but what it's saying is that the client, if it hasn't received anything from the server, and it's only willing to simulate a certain number of frames past what the server has sent it.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you combine that with the fact that the server refuses to send things to clients if it hasn't received everything from clients, means that a client will wait for another client. It'll just hard stop and wait for the other client, right?
Yep.
So what was confusing here is that we were getting into this state for the both of us at the same time.
That's weird, right? It's just strange.
So it was almost like we were playing ping pong with this state,
Mm-hmm.
right? See what I'm getting at here?
I do, yeah.
I don't actually have a punchline here. I don't know the reason for that, but this is what we observed.
But that's what we were doing. Yeah.
Okay, so that's mystery number one. I'm going to write it down. Because you were experiencing it roughly at the same time that I was, right? Is that roughly right?
Yeah, that's what was so freaking weird about it. Yeah.
You know what would be interesting is if we actually made a little log of which frames we were. It's hard to know which frames because the frames are all synchronized, but like I think what we need is like a frame counter that is like what are the number of updates that I've actually hit versus the ones that I actually simulated, right? And then we could log those out and say like when did I actually, or like, how long did I wait to actually simulate frame X? Because I was waiting for the server, right?
Yeah.
Mystery 2, which we encountered recently, is like, why does increasing the input delay not make the dash, make remote dashes animate smoother, right?
It's so weird. Yeah,
That was weird. That was entirely unexpected.
that was really weird. Mm-hmm. Yeah, every remote dash looks like a jump.
Mysteries. Gonna do this a little bit. Oh, can I delete backwards? Is that possible? Oh my god. Oh, look at that.
Oh man, you're gonna make me start using Vim. I don't want to. I don't want to do that.
I can delete. Oh god, yeah. I deleted to the colon.
What?
Gosh, I'm so productive right now, Dom. Do you realize that like you could have just done that with a mouse like really quickly, right?
Really quickly, yeah.
I'm just like sitting here grinding gears trying to remember the hotkeys.
But the ergonomics of it all.
The ergonomics, yeah. Oh gosh. So those are our mysteries. I'm actually going to say this as mysteries.md.
Ooh.
I don't know if I should actually be saving this, but you know what?
Save
It's
it,
going
save
in here
it.
now.
We might
If I
need it.
commit it, if I commit it or not, that remains. That's a mystery itself. Should I commit this?
We might need it. I'm down to keep a list of mysteries because this won't be our last.
Should this be to do then? Is that what you're saying?
I think the Mysteries MD is such a better file name.
It is a better file name. We've got a dog in the game. We might as well have mysteries.md in the game.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so sync server state is responsible for doing our authoritative simulation and our resim.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do our actual simulation.
Mm-hmm. And there's our uncommitted messages, which should be coming in faster. I'm so shocked by that.
Right.
I wonder.
It's almost as if the uncommitted message is getting dropped, and what we're just simulating is the server authoritative version of it. That could be the case, right? Is that we didn't succeed. That actually makes the most sense, right? Is we did not succeed in our prediction hinting system, right?
Yeah, I buy that most of all.
Okay.
Huh. M frame is. Yeah. And there are probably good ways for us to examine that. We could like just count how many unpredicted messages we're doing.
Yes. How do I do that with the facilities I have on me right now? Do I go to ngrok again? Is that
Yeah, I guess so. And grok it up.
so crude?
Yeah. Here, while you're doing that, I'm gonna get a fresh glass of water.
Yeah, do it. It's so weird being on stream without Dom. I can't do it. I don't have the Twitch chat. Everything feels really silent. And now I'm just talking to myself. Oh my god, I got it in the first try. That's incredible.
Hello.
Hey, hey.
All right. That's exactly the right amount of time, maybe.
Yeah, I couldn't remember all the flags and arguments to ngrok, but then I got it.
Whew.
It's because I'm so productive now. Jeff and Dom.ngrok.io. Oh, I didn't change the player numbers. The player number should also be a constant, should it not?
Yeah, let's do that.
Gosh, we're making such progress here.
So, you know what? Put the port in there too.
It's true. We're so productive. And
what's the Vim shortcut for switching tabs in your switching files in your file system?
I use the. Theoretically, I shouldn't be using the arrow keys, but I'm doing the VS Code hotkey because I don't know what they are.
Oof.
All right, fine. Tabs. Switch to the next. Oh, that's terrible. In Vim, how can I switch the? There are some things in Vim where it's like you just can't do it.
Not in any good way. Yeah.
Like Vim comment out multiple lines. Check this out. What's a quick way to uncomment and uncomment lines? Like, There's this like incredibly painstaking, like you have to select the lines and then you have to like go into like insert mode.
You insert
and
with
then
multiple cursors
type.
and yeah.
I guess that's not too bad.
Nah. You know what, makes that easier though?
My
A
favorite
mouse.
answer is just like add this fucking monolithic code to your vimrc. I hate this. I don't want anything in my vimrc. My vimrc should just be like completely empty.
Wow, Vim purist. I love it.
Yeah, it's not that. It's like if you have to customize. I'm against customization. Customization is bad. You should eat what the chef gives you.
Mm-hmm.
Next tab, go lowercase t. Okay, let's try this. Dom. Okay, I'm in normal mode. Go capital T. Oh God, I'm so efficient. Actually, it's kind of nice. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't have to move my hand over to the arrow keys. That's the kicker here, right? You're just not convinced whatsoever.
Vim is it will not be for me.
It will not. Yeah. It's totally fair.
And it's fine. I only sort of judge everyone who does this. Well, only sort of.
I'm not doing it for. I'm honestly not doing it for the street cred. I'm doing it because I don't want to move my hands around too much.
Yeah. Keep telling yourself that. No, I totally I understand why people would want to use Vim, but
server port.
Same reason I don't do the tmux editor with like multiple panes in a terminal. Like something about just having my text editor work like a text editor is real critical to me.
Yeah.
Oops, I fucked it up.
This is player count. Hey, do what I said. Do it?
It's refreshing over here.
It still doesn't like it though.
Huh. Now why is that?
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Just get too used to it. Get too comfortable.
You get
the port.
Okay, so I will say one player talking to your server, extremely good.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
And you're remote as well.
Wait a minute. You can see me moving around in here. Huh.
Oh, no, there's two players.
You're right.
So it's just smooth.
This actually
it's just chill.
There's a pop of waiting for server, but it actually seems to have gotten a lot better somehow.
I'm getting waiting for server pops as well.
But like not to the degree we had before, correct?
Yeah, this feels pretty good.
It does.
Let's go to the turrets.
Okay.
Wow, this is pretty good.
So was I just running a bad server? Like maybe we were actually hitting.
Were you running Rosetta? Maybe.
I mean, I was thinking maybe that like my network was just I was in a higher ping situation than you, so.
Well, I don't know. My frames ahead of server is 10 still. That's what it was last time, right?
Mine is as well. But perhaps the server is getting back to us faster.
It's getting a little chunkier right now. I'm not going to lie. Getting a little chunky.
Yeah, but this... Oh, here. I'm going to dash around, too.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this whole thing still feels better.
Yeah, your dash doesn't look bad.
Yours looks pretty instantaneous.
Sometimes it feels like it misses my dash input, but I think that may be just the recharge time.
Yeah, we need some visual indicators.
We need some visuals. Maybe we should get the HUD back.
Yeah. See, now we're just in a dog chasing simulator. Let's just acknowledge that Dean was right all along.
You were right, Dean.
Yeah, and he knows it.
He doesn't need that validation. He can see the validation, right?
It's going to be proven on YouTube forever. Oops, I killed you.
It's a dog-eat-dog world, is it not?
Oh. You are on a roll with that shit tonight.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting. We've made a single change tonight, correct?
We made a change that we wanted to make,
which was changing when we send the simulation message.
Exactly. And I think there was another similar one that we could have done as well. What did I even say?
Oh, I thought that was it. That was a good one.
Oh, we don't have to wait till the frame end. There should be no frame end, right? The client messages.
Oh yeah, but we can't just take that out, can we?
Because we actually separated it out between aiming and player move and that kind of thing. There is actually a separate tank aim message. Do these get fired at the same time? They probably.
They absolutely do. It's one system that kind of does them in sequence. We can make.
No.
Oh fuck, that's
uh,
why. You're.
I'm wrong. This is wrong. Wait, when does this actually get used?
What? Oh, what? Can we go to?
You know what it is we do a tank aim message, but what I'm looking for is this symbol.
Ah,
TypeScript.
there we go.
Yeah, they happen at the same time.
Now, why is that going on in shooter TS? Oh, because we're filtering on that as well. Okay.
It's not going out in TS.
Sorry, I was just curious.
filtering, yeah.
I was curious what the input was. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we only need one message type.
It's just the input queue, right?
And do we send this before we simulate? That's actually a question I have right now.
We do.
We do. We send it immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
So server sim.
No, sorry. On the client, when we do player input, does player input immediately send the message, or are we buffering that till the end of this?
Oh, I believe we immediately send because the way that works. I'm using the mouse now, just violating my rules. Yeah, we send it.
Okay.
We put it in an uncommitted message history, and then we.
Cool. At this point, I'm not assuming anything about did we do it before the simulation?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Because absolutely, I think that's a fair question to be asking this entire time. Yeah, tank aim. There's another function that's the move, right?
Yep.
I mean,
which we wrapped dash in there. We sort of saw this coming.
Well, I think it's fine if these two are coalesced into an array that then gets delivered at the end of this function together. Like we could still do separate objects, right?
Yeah.
Like if we felt like that was a little cleaner.
I guess. Well, I don't necessarily. I think it's also interesting. We need to send a message every time, which I think is why we have frame end. Because if we don't send a message from a client, we think the client's gone.
But we can still send one that's like an empty thing.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I think sending a message with optionals for all these things.
What if we sent just the target position? Because the target position is derived from the camera, which is local. So we do that is kind of like derived state that matters. Like where is the player aiming?
Yep.
But then we could just send the literal mouse inputs, right? We could just send like it was a click.
Which is what we're doing, effectively. Yeah.
We're doing a thin layer of interpretation, right?
With the direction, you mean?
Yeah. Maybe that's not too bad though.
I feel pretty good about that. Though we could absolutely do like a raw version. And the nice thing is when we update it, it'll be the same thing.
You're right. The raw version would be weird because someone might be using a controller. This is abstracted away a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like this is
it's okay.
A good level of abstraction. Like we get nothing more out of knowing it's a mouse click versus a fire green event.
Fair.
Yeah, especially when we want to like remap keys. Maybe we'll remap keys.
Why does the client send his own player number?
Because we replay this message to others, right? You need to know which player you're moving.
It's true, but the server knows.
The server knows. We just don't modify it. We fully replay it.
I think we don't have a difference between a sent like a client message that you send versus a client message that you receive.
Yeah.
The one that you receive probably should have the player number on it because it's a label. But the one that you send, it's going to be your own player number, which is attached to your client, which the server knows. Or should know. That's much ado about nothing.
Well, I'm with you. This format is sort of overly designed to be handed back to clients versus sending as little as possible to the server.
I just don't like the idea that the client could potentially lie.
Yeah. I'm extremely down with that.
Okay. All right. We'll worry about that later. Okay, so client sim is what I want. So our theory right now is that basically the reason why the input delay doesn't work is that the input delay is doing nothing.
Because we're not correctly utilizing our uncommitted messages. Yes.
Yeah, that seems unlikely, but
I don't know.
sync server state. That's where it would happen, right? No, it would happen in simulate as well.
Like we use this uncommitted messages. I'm curious if we
Are we discarding? Are we truncating this too quickly?
and we don't really truncate till the very end of the loop when we toss everything that is the current frame.
Let's verify. I trust you, but I want to verify. What does that even mean? Trust but verify.
Isn't that some weird right-wing bullshit?
Is it right? Is it right wing?
I don't know. I feel like let's find out. Trust but verify.
Trust.
It's Reagan.
Oh, is it Reagan? I use a lot of right wing quotes. I use the known unknowns thing from Rumsfeld.
Oh, is that Rumsfeld? I mean, that's such a good.
He was actually mocked when he said it. He's like, in the intelligence community, there's what we call known knowns, and then you have this category of known unknowns.
Wow, that's weird.
What you want to be really careful of are the unknown unknowns.
Well, it's weird that software development just grabbed that and ran with it.
I ran with it, and
I've had so many managers that weren't you say that to me as well.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So my right wing salute of the day goes to snappy right wing expressions.
Okay.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, you're not mad about like Dr. Seuss or Neanderthals or anything today.
What was the Neanderthal? People are upset about Neanderthals because
Joe Biden.
Yeah, the mask mandate, right?
Yeah, he was like, I didn't even see the quote. He was like, stopping wearing masks is, don't be like Neanderthals, man. Think it through. And everyone's like, Neanderthals are very fine people. Fuck you.
That was the right wing response.
Yes, it's been happening all day. Which maybe they didn't notice that Neanderthals are dead.
They're dead. Have you thought about what happened? Like what probably happened to Neanderthals?
We ate them?
Literally. Yeah, exactly. They probably literally died in a horrible race war.
Yeah,
with Homo sapiens.
I assume
right?
Homo sapiens absolutely ate them. Some of them might have starved, but we probably ate them. We're good at that shit. That's my
crazy.
Yeah, it's not good.
Doesn't make me feel good.
Yeah. But anyway, if you want,
so because were they the original orcs? Right? Were they just like this race of intelligent?
Mm-hmm. What people are proudly saying that they've tested their DNA and they are actually 2% Neanderthal, and I was like, yeah, it's the 2%.
Oh, that's what's coming out today because of this Joe Biden quote.
I guess so. Dean Putney says, "I'm so glad this is being recorded. This is the true output tonight."
What percent Neanderthal?
Humans genocided Neanderthals. We got started early.
Yes. The percentage of Neanderthal DNA in modern humans is 0 or close to 0 in people from African populations.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry.
1% of European and Asian.
They went even further. They're like, you're being racist against white people specifically, and Asians who are part Neanderthal. And it was like, it's the weirdest flex.
I'm proud of my Teutonic Neanderthal. Gosh.
You couldn't even finish the sentence. Remember when there was a whole no code, just etymology and Vim? I mean, honestly, this is what...
Yeah, do you remember when we were talking about Vim? Do you remember that way back in the day?
This is it's lucky that like a couple folks want to watch us hang out and do this.
I'm glad we got a loyal following. If ESK and Dean, if you have any buddies that want to come and
y'all two are fucking rad.
Crack open not mediocre alcohol. At least do PBR, right? But ideally whiskey or scotch, and just watch Jeff and Dom make a game, and then it'll just go off the rails almost immediately, right?
I hope that's what they are doing, or a beverage or imbibement of their choice. Because
Yeah. Bring a friend is what I'm saying. This is my pitch.
and
You don't
then
have to hit the like button.
no. As I was saying, then
I
don't forget to like and subscribe.
Now drink your scotch
Drink your scotch.
responsibly. Responsibly. I don't want to pressure anybody into drinking if they don't want to.
Where is anybody gonna go?
Oh.
In the future, we are going to be on the screens at bars. This is going to be pub fare.
I thought that the really really insidious alcoholism is like the quiet kind, right? You're just kind of like drinking at home alone and like.
Oh yeah, you took a serious turn there. Yeah, that shit's fucked up.
Yeah.
I've actually had multiple friends sort of tell me during this. They were like, "Yeah, like I realized halfway through this pandemic that I was like killing a bottle of wine a night by myself," and I was like, "Wait a minute, that's not." So actually, I've heard of like a bunch of positive change from people about that, which is pretty fucking rad.
That is good.
Because you've removed the sort of social safety net, or the social safety net of like, we have to do this in public together. And like sort of undone some of the weird alcohol marketing.
The related story I have to that is I had a colleague, I taught English in Japan, right? And I had a colleague that was also from America, and she was we kind of all the sort of foreign teachers in our town got together. We had dinner, and she was saying we were talking about what we did with our free time, and she said that she's like, oh, I kind of just like sleep a lot. I sleep like 12 or 14 hours a day. And we were all like, oh man, that's crazy. Wow, that seems like a long time to sleep. And I only much later did I realize that I think sleeping that much is a pretty clear sign of clinical depression. Which I'm not saying that person necessarily had, but I probably should have been a little bit more aware at the time.
Yeah. Ooh, we got into some real talk in here.
Funny story. Jeff doesn't really pick up on signs of depression. It's hilarious.
Damn, dude. Whew. I mean, who does? And also, like, no one's like supposed to acknowledge it via the social contract, which is bullshit. So.
Oh yes. We're all waspy people.
I look forward to our new social contract. Whatever it turns into, it will probably be really fucking different after this.
Wait, what new social contract are you referring to? One after the apocalypse occurs?
I feel like post-pandemic, like a whole bunch of stuff doesn't operate exactly the same way afterwards.
I slightly might continue to wear a mask.
I am wearing a mask on Bart.
Like if I get sick or something like that.
Wear a mask on Bart, because Bart is disgusting, and I know that's where that's where I get a cold every fucking year. It must be.
You get the Bart hands, coming out of it.
Oh yeah, my hand washing's improved. I'll be carrying hand sanitizer everywhere.
Yeah.
Fashionable mask on Bart.
Yeah.
What were we doing? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, what were we doing? Okay. Ooh, okay. So we discard. This is where we get rid of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is a fancy utility that it's in its own file. Check it out.
Did you unit test this too?
No.
Ah, okay.
But you know what? I don't have any excuses. It's probably easy to unit test.
I was just curious.
Now, are we sorting these? I felt like we sorted them, right? Does the client connection?
I felt like we sorted that too. Where we
when we receive, we push onto the end.
I think, are we just relying on? Is this the place where we're relying on TCP just to give them to us in order? Period. It might be.
What's weird about that is that the server also sends them to us much later.
Wait, anything incoming is only from the server.
I'm sorry. The server both sends the prediction hints and sends the authoritative frames.
Oh, are we putting our prediction hints in here? I mean, I guess we have to, but
yes.
But then we're reading them out into separate arrays. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading the wrong file. Server connection is what I want because the client owns this. I think we sorted somewhere, right? I felt like we talked about this last time.
I thought we were just looking at it. Yeah, just command F.
Well, the discard needs to happen after the sort.
There you go, right there. 342.
But bam.
Yeah, we were just looking at that.
Okay. Oh yeah, totally.
seems fine.
Okay, yeah. So this is not an issue here because what we're discarding anyways, if I can find it, is not prediction hints. It is server frame updates.
Correct. Yeah, but we do discard prediction hints at the end of.
It's got to be this, right?
It's got to be this. There it is. Yep. That's it. Do we have a
Sorting doesn't matter here.
Sorting does not matter there because all of these are coming in.
That's all right. I remember we had this long conversation because I could not, for the life of me, get my head around the fact that this greater than sign is pointing one way and not the other. Like I'm just like.
Do you want to swap it?
No.
Okay.
It wasn't that at all. I think I forgot that filter is an inclusion function and not an exclusion function. If this returns true, keep it. If it returns false, get rid of it.
Yep. If you wanted to reverse that conditional, because I think we actually do that more often, I'm super down with it.
I
literally
don't
direction.
have
Okay.
I literally don't care.
Okay, great. Well, let me harp on this for 5 more minutes real quick. No.
Okay, I want to hear your takes.
No, I'm good.
I suppose if I had filter is the right word. And this is the way filter works everywhere. But does filter not mean like filter out these things? Like if it's just like the English sentence.
Should that function be select? Is that a different JavaScript function?
Select doesn't exist. That's a Ruby function.
Great, yeah.
But it acts like Ruby select.
It acts like Ruby select.
Also has. I kind of annoyed about this with Ruby. They also have reject, which is the exact same thing, but with the opposite semantics.
So Ruby. This should work. True stays in the filter, though I absolutely understand why you would think that things that are match the filter predicate are removed because that's what filtering is.
Yeah, filter out these things.
You filter out. We're back on etymology. But yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think that's correct. I guess I'm curious if you, after we did, if you logged out the length of the uncommitted messages after we did that filter, are there any? That's like my super. I just want the dumb did we actually do it version.
Yeah. And we kind of we're definitely receiving I'm going to restart the game.
Okay.
Did it work? I don't think it worked. I closed it.
Ah.
I turned the game off.
Well, that's how you get it.
The address in use. Oh, you know what I did?
Made a new terminal. Oh.
Well, the game was running. I don't know what's going on. Now the game is working.
We're back. Okay.
We're back. We're back.
So
just don't kill me, please.
Okay, sorry. Oh, that's what happened. I killed you. That we broke it.
I love it. Oh, I run in the trees. It feels like I'm broken because I can't see myself and then the camera's springy. Do you get that feeling?
Yeah. It feels broken though, because I can still see myself.
I can barely see myself. Yeah. I just lost track of myself and then I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, the trees are working. Maybe, we need to maybe do a little something on that.
I mean, we could do the thing where the trees kind of go translucent in a sphere around the trees.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't know how to do that, but
you have to write some more shaders.
We could do a shader with like alpha lighting, where like the lighting actually affects the alpha values of the verts that it hits.
Oh, that's really cool.
I just pulled that out of my ass. I don't know if people actually do that, but we could try it.
Is this the one case for transparency we'll actually have? Probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were worried about transparency, weren't we? What if we get in real close? We still didn't hit the near plane. Isn't that cool?
We have a very near plane. Yeah.
It's true to its name. It is near.
Yeah.
How close can I get to the tree?
Unlike whatever's going on in
it's freaking. I mean, we're flying up. We're. It's close enough that it would never hit the tree at this angle.
Can I
right. The tree doesn't pop. It just organically disappears.
It's too bad that I can't put images into Twitch chat because I would just paste this dog again. In fact,
should we have a public Discord? I feel like we should.
Oh gosh, that's a whole level of community management. But I'm down.
Yeah, we could borrow a code of conduct from somewhere.
Yeah. Right. Hey, wait. Open Slack real quick.
Okay.
That's all.
Yes. You're just. This is what you wanted to tell to me.
That's all. That's the only message I had to deliver. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere. It's 5 minutes till, but you know what? We did that one change, and I'm really happy about
Yeah,
it.
but we got 5 minutes. Can you log the uncommitted message history length? I just want to know.
This one after the filter?
After the filter, I'm really curious because I, after our changes last week, I just feel like perhaps these aren't working right.
Perhaps. Okay, I'll reload in a second. Now, looking at this, I'm getting like
Oh.
30. So
Yeah, all right. That's basically 2 times the number of if you.
I'm also extremely pleased with the performance of the game while I
while the
have the
console's
dev
open.
tools open.
Yeah. Yeah, it's.
Normally the console's like the slowest thing, right?
So I was gonna say, come over to me and stop moving, and it should jump to like 24 exactly. I think. Okay, so that is 2 time like 1 frame end per client.
I think the numbers I'm
Interesting.
seeing make some amount of sense.
It's like 7-ish frames, like 6 to 8 or 9-ish frames. Each of us is behind the server. Yeah, ahead of the server.
because we're both aiming, right?
Oh, I guess I am, huh? Yeah.
And then we're both getting the frame ends. Is that also happening as well?
Yes. So we're actually receiving prediction maybe only that's 4 times the number of messages. Okay.
It's interesting that the debug draw flickers. Oh, you know what it is? Debug draw clears itself out.
The waiting for server is also stopping it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I'm very glad that ad's actually in there. I feel at least confident.
Okay. We vindicated.
Yeah. Yeah, and we fixed some bugs and improved performance a little bit.
Okay.
All in a day's work.
This is still a mystery, though, right? Like, if I change the input delay, like mystery number 2, right? Dash. Could you dash, please?
Yes.
The dash is very teleporty.
Yeah.
And-
And if you turn the dash down, it's still, if we slow it down, it's still teleporting, right?
Exactly. So that's why I want to reconfirm that really quick, just for fun.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, we are the
Where is the input delay?
what did the Scooby-Doo mystery team call it? We're that tonight. They had a name.
The
They weren't just Shaggy's Bros.
Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated?
Were they just the Scooby Gang?
Mystery Machine?
Sure. Yeah, we're the mystery machine.
No, the
tonight.
machine is the van. I don't think they're named after the van, are they? What is the crew called, basically? What's the team
I
name?
want to know the crew because that's what we are. It. I did not know there was a Scooby Dum to go with the Scooby Scrappy Doo.
What? Wait.
I saw Scooby's cousin Scooby Dum. Scrappy Doo, we all know, but
Like dumb as in
DUM actually.
dumb. Scooby Dumb. What the fuck is this?
I feel like it's.
Oh, there's no picture.
That's too bad.
Didn't happen.
It's mean to make an even dumber dog than Scooby Doo, to be honest.
Okay. Cast.
Well,
It's not describing, like, I need lore, right? I need like the lore section here.
all right.
Like, what is the
Hop back over to the mystery machine of Vim code for me.
Okay.
We can't do 20 minutes of Scooby Doo.
You'd be surprised.
I
Okay, let me
wouldn't.
do something really quick.
Yeah. I also wanted to say Vim code. I've been saving that.
Client input delay.
Oh, yeah. Wow, it's weird that this constants file is actually turned into a constants file.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
Who'd have thunk it? Yeah, this is basically where it was, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do this thing.
I really like that this pattern you've picked because it got around the JavaScript shorthand. Yeah, it's very very clever. I saw you that earlier too.
Oh, you're saying that I'm doing the rename symbol thing?
When you do rename symbol, if we're using the shorthand for like property name and value name, I like that the rename symbol actually like takes the property name and puts it in the JavaScript hash when you were doing the rename and then doing the import from the file. I thought you got around a very clever, silly JavaScript problem. But maybe you
I
didn't.
actually think it didn't do that, and that's why I had some problems. I had to add in the key again.
I thought the one time you did that was because you did it by hand. That's why. But maybe not.
Oh. You know, I actually think you're right.
Yeah.
Sometimes the rename symbol doesn't do the right thing. Like if you rename an import, it just like it just like, oh, I'm in Vim. It does this, and it's like, oh, I didn't want that at all. You know, like I wanted
Exactly.
it to actually like go into the library and rename it. I kind of don't like that ESLint doesn't figure this out. This seems a little bit funny.
That's a little silly, yeah.
It's a little silly. Also, this. Come on, man, get your act together.
Did you? Oh, okay. The delay's still 3.
Oh yes. So let's actually change it to what? 20?
Sure. This is going to be slow as heck.
It's going to be really weird.
Whew.
But
Oh, it's like driving a molasses
the proof
dog.
is in the dash, and your dash is still teleporting. That's not.
I'm dashing, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, does it feel? Does your dash look better?
My dash looks better than your dash.
Yeah, same. Mine is much clearer than you doing it. Like I see myself move the entire duration. So that's bonkers. Okay, that's written down in mystery machine.md, right? Sorry.
Mysteries.md. Yes.
Great. Okay.
And that puts us at 9:00. We didn't solve any mysteries. But we're better friends now, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
We opened up a little bit.
We opened up a little bit, yeah, about our shared Neanderthal heritage. That's been besmirched today.
Yeah. Neanderthal is a weird insult.
It's a weird thing.
But I guess, I don't know, like I use the word idiotic, and that is also like describing a class of sentient beings, right?
The weirdest thing is just to own it. To be like,
Yeah.
no, fuck you, I am a Neant. I just couldn't deal with it today. Well, this was a lovely evening. Dean, ESK, thanks for hanging out, y'all. You are our loyal and extremely fun viewers.
Yeah. Get your scotch, tell your friends.
Or get your scotch and don't tell your friends, but like hang out.
Is it like and subscribe?
Don't forget to like
Subscribe
and subscribe.
and like?
They both liked and subscribed.
They did. Okay.
All right. I like it. The hang loose. All right. Goodbye, Twitch. Like,
Good night,
subscribe, and
everybody.
drink scotch.